Hello everybody and welcome back to another visual pattern challenge. Today we've got some yellow balls in boxes. So here's box 1, box 2, all the way up through box 5. And your challenge is to predict the number of yellow balls in box 6. If you can do that, can you predict the number in step 43, in box 43? And can you write an equation that could be used to predict the number of yellow balls in any box at all? This part is particularly tough today. So that's the challenge. If you'd like to accept it, pause the video and see how far you can get. Okay, so this is kind of interesting. Right off the bat, I'm going to predict there's something quadratic going on because I'm seeing squares. It looks like they get turned on their edge or rotated 45 degrees. Except not really, right? Because here's 1 squared, and then I looked at step 3 and I saw 3 squared, so that all looks right. But here, it looks like a 2 by 2 square on its side, but it's got this 1 in the middle. So 2 squared would be 4, but here we've got 5 of these yellow balls. And let's see, in box 4, well, that's funny because this looks like a maybe 3 on an edge square, but it's also turned on its side, so it's got a sort of a different arrangement of the balls inside. But this here in step 5, we're back to a 5 by 5 square. So this is a little confusing right off the bat. I think I'm going to make a chart with the numbers and see if that'll give us any insight. So I'll make a chart with the step number and the number of balls in each step. So we've got in step 1, we've got 1, in 2, that's 5, in 3, that's 9. In 4, what is this? So that's 5 across the middle, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So there's 13. In step 5, well, that's just 5 on a side, so that's 25. And let's think about step 6 here. So I'm guessing every other one is going to be turned that 45 degrees. So this is going to be, box 6 is going to be like box 2 and box 4. So maybe we can get some idea from these. This big line across the middle, it's 3 and then it's 5. So I'm going to guess this is 7 across the middle. And then, yeah, it looks like, so 5, 3, 1. You go you build the other lines with the odd numbers, the successive odd numbers. So I'm guessing we'd have, instead of 3 and 1 here, we'd have 5, 3, and 1. And again on the bottom, 5, 3, and 1. And let's see, that is 7, 12, 15, 16, 21, 24, 25. So in step 6, we're having 25 balls. Let me just count that again. Yeah, I think that's right. So I think we're going to get something pretty odd here when we find the differences. So 5 minus 1 is 4. 9 minus 5, is 4. 13 minus 9, 4. It looks like a linear pattern. And then suddenly, between step 4 and step 5, it goes up by 12. And then in step 6, it goes up by 0. This is kind of all over the place. So what is going on here? Once I look at the numbers and see how wacky they are, what this tells me is that we may actually have more than one pattern going on. And the odd number boxes, those are pretty easy to predict. So 1 is 1, 3 is 9, 5 is 25. Those are just the squares. So for the odds, and I'm going to make an equation just for the odds, I think our equation is y equals x squared. Now we've already made a prediction for box number 6, that's 25. And for step 43, we've got y equals 43 squared, and that's just 1,849. Now, as for an equation that can predict any number, well, we've got half of it, right? We've got the odds. But I think I'm going to leave for you the evens. Can you figure out this equation? This is a really tough one for the evens. So what I'd like you to do, if you really want that challenge, try it out. Send me a message in the comments about what you get for that. I'd be interested to see. But we're going to call this one right here. How did that go for you? Did you get 25 for box 6? Did you see how weird the numbers looked? And did that give you any trouble? Let me know. Thanks, everybody.